Hello everyone, and today we're going to do something a little bit different. We're going to go ahead and remove these black aftermarket headlights for this Nissan Altima and change them out to look like the original OEM version we have right here. And the reason we're reverting back to the OEM ones is because those black aftermarket ones kind of had a jagged look and they really weren't that clear. So let's get started. Now, just as an FYI, there's quite a few steps involved when removing the headlights. We need to remove the bumper, and to remove the front bumper, we basically need to shimmy under the vehicle, and we need to remove the fasteners to this front undercover. And for the good news, we don't have to remove all of them. We just got to remove the ones right in the front, and these are going to be the ones attached to the bumper themselves. And you're going to see them about, 6 to 7 inches, and they're going to change from a screw to a bolt. Now, we're going to start with the screws first, and you're going to need a Phillips screwdriver. Now, I'm just going to show you real quick. The one I have, it really does fit, but if you look at the bottom of it, it touches the ground because I'm not jacking up the vehicle. So for this one, make sure you get a stubby Phillips screwdriver, or in our case, we're going to just use one attached to a ratchet. So we're going to start with the passenger side first, and these are going to start out as screws. So we'll go ahead and loosen these up, and there's not much to it. And there's one. And we'll get the second one. There's two. And there's three. And now let's go ahead and change it up to a 10mm socket and socket wrench. So we'll go ahead and take off the bolts. And there should be 5 in the very front. So we'll go ahead and get the first one off. So there's 1. And obviously number 2. 3. And number 4. Now the 5th one was at the beginning, which is missing, but that's no big deal. And we have a screw missing as well. But again, we'll go ahead and replace these as we put it back together. So we'll go back to our Phillips and go ahead and take off the last 2. And there we go. Next, let's go ahead and jump in the vehicle, turn it on, and we're going to turn the steering wheel clockwise. And we'll go ahead and start with the driver's side first. So on the left-hand side, we'll take our trim removal tool and go ahead and pull back the fender protector. We don't need to take it off, we just need to get access to that one bolt right there. And all you're going to need is a 10mm socket and a socket wrench. And let's go and remove the fender screw. Now I'm going to try to do my best to take this off without getting too much in the way. And once we get it loose, we can take the rest off by hand. And there we go. Now let's go ahead and jump back in the vehicle, turn it on, and let's go ahead and turn the steering wheel counterclockwise. Basically, we're going to repeat the exact same step on the opposite side as well. And again, take my trim removal tool, pull the fender protector back, remove all that dust and debris, and we'll take our 10mm socket and go ahead and take off that other screw. And that one came off just as easy. And finally, now we have a standing job. Let's go remove the fasteners for our core support cover. And they're all 8 are going to be right here at the very top, easy to get to. And all we're going to need is a trim removal tool and just pop these right out. And there's 1. Now we can go ahead and work on the next one. So there's 2. And then 3, 4. And these are easy to get to, so that's 5. And then 6. Now the ones in the center are kind of a pain, but we pop them out as well. And all you have to do is lift this core support cover off, and we'll go ahead and set that aside. And let me go ahead and bring the camera in. So we have 3 bolts right here. There's 1, 2, and 3. Now back the camera out. So we'll take our 10mm socket again, and we're going to remove all 6 of these front upper bolts. And they're pretty easy to come out as well. And you're going to notice a lot of these bolts look very similar, so don't worry about mixing and matching them too much. And there's the third one on the passenger side, and we'll take the 3 off on the driver's side as well. So there's 2 and number 3. And the next piece we got to take off are these upper side brackets. So you move the carpet back, and there's going to be 1 bolt holding them in. So there's one on the driver's side, and the passenger side, it's right there. And they're not really too hard to get to, but you may need a shorter socket wrench. So we'll start in the driver's side first, and it's pretty easy, same thing as all the other ones. We're just going to take off 1 bolt and try not to drop it. So there's 1, and we did remove the bracket, by the way. And we'll go in the passenger side as well, and again, used a smaller socket. And after 2 years later, we're able to remove it and set both those brackets aside. And now for the fun part. We get to remove the front bumper. Now there is a specific order. We're going to start with the fender. Go ahead and pull those pieces out. And then we're going to go around the fender area and start pulling towards you. And as you can see, I'm kind of working it little by little, lifting it and pulling outward. So the driver's side detached very easily. Now the passenger side, it got stuck right at the fender, but you can use a trim removal tool, or you can kind of just get your fingers in there and pull it away, just like that. And as you can see, it can fight you. And make sure when you go back to the wheel wells, it is detached from where it is connected to the fender. And all we gotta do is just sit this down, because you're not gonna get a lot of space to work with. And I don't even want to remove the bumper completely, I just want to space it from the vehicle. And to do that, I just need to detach the wire harnesses from the bumper. So all I'm going to do is take a trim removal tool or my hands and just pull those clips off the bumper. Basically, all I'm doing is just giving myself slack. That's all I'm doing. And I'll go passenger side as well. Same thing. And I do apologize about the camera angle. It's just a tight spot. And come on. And there we go. So that looks like it's pretty good shape. And again, all I'm going to do is space this bumper out just a little bit. That's all we need. And now we can jump into the part we've been waiting for. Now we can remove the bolts to take off the headlights. So there's going to be one on the side here. We're going to take that one off first. Then work way to the front. And again, we're going to take that same 10mm socket and socket wrench, and it's pretty easy. And there's number 2. And number 3 is going to be right at the top, right above it. And so far so good, we didn't drop it. And the last one is right here between that little carpet right in the fender. Same thing, 10mm socket and socket wrench. And this one's going to loose it up, and you're going to see where the headlight gets a little bit loose. So I'm just going to hold it in place while I take this one bolt off. Almost there. And there we go. And now we can quote-unquote remove it very gently. So we're going to pull forward. I'm going to try to get it unstuck out of the fender. There we go. It dropped. Let me go ahead and make sure it's detached completely. And there we go. So, yep, looks pretty good. Let me go and angle it downward so I can show you what I'm looking at. And yep, that looks pretty good. So now all we have to do is disconnect all the lamp connectors. And some are pretty easy, like that one was able to pull out. And then I need a trim removal tool just to detach the harness from the headlight. Alright, so that's pretty easy. And again, same thing, this one pulls straight out. Now this one is a pain. I don't have any nails, so I'm going to use nail nose pliers. And I was able to get the side marker one off. And that looks like everything, so we can go ahead and put the assembly aside. Now let's bring in the new one. Look at that. Still in its nice plastic, looks beautiful. Now I'm not taking the plastic off completely just because when I put the bumper on or later on, I don't want it to scratch it or even touch it. So I'm just going to go peel away the edges. That way it doesn't get stuck. And that's all I'm doing right here. I'm not taking off. I'm just doing the edges. And that's pretty close enough. So let's go ahead and reconnect all those lamp connectors. The same ones we took off, we're going to go ahead and reinstall. Now I'm going to go ahead and put this in place so it doesn't touch anything. So bear with me. I'm trying to get this into position while holding it and connecting all those connectors. Start with that side marker one. Snapped in pretty easy. And there's the second one. And the last one, number 3. Almost there. Very nice. And I'm going to connect the harness back to the assembly. And there's number 1. And we'll get the second one in. Beautiful. Now again, be patient in this area because there's not a lot of room to work with and you don't want to scratch that new headlight. So I'll go ahead and start reinstalling it now. And again, I'm just going to go ahead and slide this towards the car and I'm just going to make sure everything's aligned and no plastic's in place. So everything's out the way. And I'm lifting upward as I'm pushing on it. And make sure everything's lined up. Come on. There we go. That actually felt like it went in all the way. So I'm holding that in place, and I'm just going to go ahead and put a bolt in just so I don't have to hold it. And finger tight's good enough. So now we can install those 4 bolts we took off originally. But this time, I'm going to add some thread locking compound just to keep these bolts from vibrating loose. And we'll go start with the top one first. And I'm going to push on the headlight just a little bit, just to get everything lined up. So that feels good and tight right there. So there's one. I'll go ahead and put that carpet back. And that one we did finger tight, I took that one out. Again, we're going to add some thread locking compound. That looks pretty good. And the same thing, we'll work that one in and go ahead and tighten that up. So that looks pretty good. And we'll get to our third one. I got to push the headlight down just a little bit. That one's good and tight. And for our last one, same thing. And this time I'm going to kind of push it inward. And that looks beautiful. And all you have to do is do the exact same steps on the right-hand side as well, or your passenger side as well. It's going to be 4 bolts. Take them all out. Try not to drop them. Then go and detach your headlight, pull it outward. And yeah, now we have access to our connectors. Same thing. Take off our 3 connectors with a little bit of brute force. Throw in our new set. And again, we just got to line it up. Looks very nice already. And again, add some thread locking compound and snug up all 4 bolts. And last one. There we go. And now that we're past the halfway point, we can start putting everything back together. We'll start by reattaching the wire harnesses. And all you gotta do is just snap it right back in the bumper, and these just press right in. It is a little bit of a tight fit, so bear with me. Alright, so that went pretty good. Now here comes the fun part. Basically got to reinstall the bumper without scratching anything. So I'm going to try to very gently go ahead and align it so it doesn't touch the headlights at all. And make sure everything's in place. And I'm lifting it just as I'm pushing forward. And so far so good. And all I'm doing is just lining things up. I'm not doing anything special. And that looked pretty good. Everything at the top looks like it's where it needs to be, so that's a good start. Let's go to the driver's side. And okay, let me get this plastic out of the way just to be safe. And a little bit more. There we go. Now I'm going to go ahead and pull it towards me. There we go. That lines up very nicely. And then go to the wheel well and go ahead and snap all those back in. It just presses right in. Look at that. That already looks 1,000 times better. Now for now, let's go ahead and put those front upper bolts in just so we don't drop the bumper. And again, I'm going to use some thread locking compound. I'm just going to set the bolts in there and then we'll go ahead and snug them up. So there's number 3. Grab our 10mm as usual. And there's one that's snug. There's 2. And there's 3. And we'll go ahead and do the same thing on the passenger side as well with some thread locking compound. And of course, we'll go ahead and reinstall our upper side brackets. So I'll get that in place. And again, I apologize for the camera view. With some thread locking compound, we'll go ahead and put that one bolt back in. Come on. You always got to start with finger tight. And then we'll take our 10mm as usual and go ahead and snug it up. So that felt pretty good. Now we'll go to the passenger side, do the exact same thing. And so far so good. I haven't dropped anything yet. And that felt pretty good as well. And now we're getting some serious traction. Let's go ahead and install our core support cover. Set that right on top. And go and put back those 8 fasteners. So there's one right there. And we'll go to the other side. So there's 2. And number 3. 4. And 5. And number 6. And for the 2 in the center, I do need to pull out one of my universal kits. The 2 in the center did break. So I'm just going to go ahead and replace them. It happens. These are plastic. So those 2 look like they can fit. I'm trying not to spill anything. We'll go ahead and put those in and snap them down. So that feels pretty good. And last one. Very nice. And since the wheel is still turned counterclockwise, we'll go ahead and start the passenger side. So we'll go ahead and install that one fender screw. And again, we'll do it by hand. Snug it up with our 10mm socket and socket wrench. Then we'll take our trim wheel tool and go ahead and restore the fender protector right where it needs to be. And yep, that looks pretty good. And of course, jump in the vehicle, turn it on, turn the steering wheel clockwise. And then we're going to repeat the exact same steps on the driver's side. So again, we'll get our screw in, make it nice and snug, and go ahead and restore our fender protector. And just like that, beautiful. And then we go under our vehicle and go ahead and put back all those fasteners for that front undercover. Say that 5 times fast. And we'll go ahead and start with the driver's side just because that's where I'm laying down at. We'll start with our screws, snug them up with our Phillips screwdriver. So there's 2. Yep, so far so good. And there's 3. And then we'll go to our 10mm sockets. There's 1, 2, 3. And there's number 4. And for our 5th one, I did try to put another bolt back in there, but it looks like that bracket's broken. So we'll just go ahead and finish up with the screws. And there we go, nice and tight. And finally, we can remove the plastic and take a look at it. And this looks awesome already. Let's do the driver's side as well. Yeah, it makes the car look really new again. That's awesome. And of course, we got to test out everything, make sure everything works. So far, we didn't damage anything there. Low beams look pretty good, look pretty solid. High beams look pretty good. And of course, we'll pick it up and check our side markers. Yep, that looks lit up right there. Let's go ahead and check the driver's side. And that looks great. Well, if you found this video helpful, please like and subscribe.